how them buses that come about, because before now, the area about 200 buses, if memory can serve me right. Now they talk about 50 buses. Don't know, so we ever say one get problem, whatever. So just give a background about this, because people, they want to know whether a World Bank project, whether the government project, whether a private project. Just take way back and tell people in.
Well, thank you very much for the opportunity for come back again to the AY. Yes, this whole journey started in 2019 with a project called the Integrated and Resilient Urban Mobility Project.
Okay.
And the objective of this project now for create a quality public transport access to the public.
Okay.
For let people then get quality public transport experience. Of course, on that day, we look at climate resilience, the road safety, and institutional capacities that we would build. So part of this project now for do a whole reform na the transport sector. And as part of this reform, I will stress now bringing buses into the system.
Okay.
And this project come for answer questions we don't linger in the past. Not to the first and this we they buy buses necessarily. But then we know they see them go far, then tap.
Okay.
So this time around, we want answer that question for see why and look at the whole picture, the whole 9 yards, say, well, you not go just bring buses, you not think about in spare part and maintenance.
Exactly.
You not go bring buses, you not think about the regulations then at the road. You not go bring buses, you not think about an institution we go regulate how the entire public they use buses or public transport.
Okay.
You not go one for do public transport, you not get Uda go tell Usai people them for run. We na a law-abiding country, there has to be clarity as to how we apply the routes that we will get, the limited routes that we will get.
Okay.
So in answering all of them questions here, so we set up this project. We start in 2019 and it end June of this year, actually. Part of many other things that we don't do, including traffic signals, including improving the access roads, the 7 intersections, including street lights, including institutional capacities that we don't build, including training master students, PhD students for come back from Abbey College, for can train more people in transport, various transport discipline.
Yeah.
Part of all that is also procuring 50 buses.
All right.
Right. So these 50 buses are just a small contribution to the bigger reform.
Okay.
So when we get this discussion, our family no say, no, we not just talk about buses, but not talk about buses in the context of the reform what they do, and whose side will they take this journey go. Now, this is not the brief background. So yesterday we start a 3-day free trial. Okay. And I want to stress on the word free trial.
So now 50 will get to 49.
Well, at the candidate.
Okay.
We start free trial yesterday.
Yeah.
So that we go see on side what we don't do on paper, how does it look on the ground?
Practical.
And then we begin get feedback, which we've been getting today's experience clearly from all the feedback that they get better than yesterday's experience. Okay. And we believe say tomorrow's experience go even be better. Eventually we will begin pay. Now we procure 50 buses. On the way from India, Ashok Leyland is the company. Okay. Ashok and Leyland. Leyland will be a British company we combine with Ashok. Yeah. They form Ashok Leyland. They're one of the top manufacturing buses companies in the world. All right. So they manufacture these buses. On their way to shipping the 50 buses, one get accident on the road. Okay. And of course, if it ain't at the manufacturer in lap, he get accident, we not go tell and say put her inside ship car with them. So they returned it. As I speak to you, so then don't ship them. Okay. But on the way within they come as well, 2 of the bus then windscreen broke right inside the ship. Okay. So we're not able to deploy the one that they hit. All right. So then they come with the windscreen with this one. Okay. So as we speak, so we get about 47 buses we'll deploy. Okay. And so that day. And one more thing I for speak to is that these buses, before they reach out, we don't train 4 mechanics them. Now their outfit, Ashok Leyland get their outfit for West Africa and Aviation. Okay. So they don't go there, they don't go train, and they are ready to go to address any issue of breakdown.
4 not small, so? Yeah? 4 not small?
Well, then go train like trainers then.
Training trainers?
Yes, then they can now, then they can do
train
the
other people.
Yes,
okay.
But also we get We get a relationship with Ashok Leyland for bring them ever so often.
Okay.
For the team for Kamnaya, so 2 of them be there 2 weeks ago.
All right.
For Kamya and can continue for enhance the trainings because it's cheaper for bring them than for take 50 people care and go.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that's the brief background I will give you for now.
Okay. So we get 47 buses presently. When I don't release house on the streets.
Yes.
Okay. Then buses here, when I order them with spare parts.
Yes, of course. We order them with spare parts, and as I speak to you, the spare parts then are the USA will be known as SLRTC depot, than they currently.
Okay.
So we still what they do there, just like we get the metro company they operate the buses, we they get a separate private company where they repair them.
Okay.
Then you work purely go be for then at the depot side, get the garage there. Now they the buses, then they go for repair. We know they can't go to anybody. We know one day train for touch them. But then also get for the engage Ashok Leyland for fast moving parts.
Okay.
Because in the past we don't see say for just a disc na bus or a brake liner. Because in all this alone, that bus they pack 3 weeks, 4 weeks, just so that they're able to get them.
Okay.
We want for stock them fast moving part. Ashok Leyland already tell we because then design the buses then by the way specifically for Sierra Leone.
Yeah, because we ask about the terrain, if you think about the terrain
so we
in the weather.
Twice we send with technical team. Once we then we don't do the sachet and the frame, then go check them.
Okay.
Then the next time we then we don't do one complete one, then go check and test drive and that be good because then we make some mistakes where we technical team correct.
Okay.
So the buses we are designed for the heat na Sierra Leone and we terrain na Freetown.
Okay.
Particularly USA will not say then get for the run.
All right.
So that is one. So these mechanics we are trained for come and do that. So the fast moving parts. So we get 3 stages of spare parts. We get the fast moving parts. You get the one that we go there maybe every 3 to 6 months. Then you get the one that after a year. Yeah, exactly. We after 1 year or a particular kilometer don't be done.
Yeah.
You for change. So all these don't be documented and then they form part of the contract with the Sierra Leone Public Transport Authority. They sign with Metro Public Transport.
Okay. Sierra Leone Public Transport Authority.
So let me talk about that.
Yeah.
Sierra Leone Public Transport Authority is part of the reform with this project bring.
Okay.
I tell you, say, in the past, na Sierra Leone, we not be really get any specific institution where they regulate public transport. You go get some law where they inside SLRSA, then law. You get some law where they inside SLRTC, then books. You get some law where they inside SLRA. You get some law where they na FCC.
Different.
Scattered all over the place.
Yeah.
So that, like Denki say, if it's for everybody, nobody pays attention.
Thank you.
Right? So this time around, one of the law will bring, we say, okay, SLRTC stop for operate buses.
Okay.
Focus now for regulate. So we transform them from SLRTC now to SLPTA, now the Sierra Leone Public Transport Authority.
Okay.
Then work now will be, they not the operate bus anymore. We left this now the private sector in hand.
Okay.
The work will be now for ensure that the private sector do this running of bus properly.
Okay.
And therefore focus. So them get for come in the no distant future. You know they just go bring 30-year-old bus now Belgium, come you pull all the seats, then put iron seats, then you run. It not get for happen.
Okay.
But we they give time to that so that the people that don't invest will begin to get their money back. But going forward, you forget a standard way SLPTA they tell you.
Maybe this
if
just
you
take
want
back
bring
to
buses.
the right hand Open Gateway. I mean, some being pass some still around, and maybe we'll get in time, but you know they come back again. I say.
No, they come back. But if you don't get them, we will allow you let you run.
Is it that something where they happen at them part like Ghana, where certain age they with the Mutkana they reach an important at the country?
Yeah, yes. So that of course globally as Ministry of Transport, we they fine tune the policy for import vehicles.
Okay.
But that I will come another day for
Exactly.
talk about that.
Okay. Now let's go back to the metro. I mean, when we talk about metro, people like who don't go overseas know waiting at the metro. Now, let's put it in the Salomon context, the private sector. Which private sector they control them buses here?
Very good question, DJ Base. So metro is just a short form for metropolitan.
Yeah.
I mean the city.
Yeah.
So we because na city services, I make we call them metro buses because they know they go offline. The owners of the buses. When we start this project, we get few options.
Okay.
We get people who contact us from Abidjan. We get people that will contact us from Dubai, from China, in terms of say, then we come with them buses.
Okay.
We not be for can pay for them, for can run them in the city. But when we look at we context as Sierra Leone, that was the easy thing for do. But when we look at we context, we say, look, In as much as we had challenges with the existing system, but now be people and we invest their money for run business.
Okay.
They are our people.
Yeah.
We are smart people as Sierra Leoneans, if only we can organize ourselves.
All right.
So we made that decision at the highest level, that let we organize, we own Poda Owners Association, Drivers Unions.
Should I say local content?
Local owners come together, form this.
All right.
One particular company, one also get 30%, now Drivers Union.
Okay.
Then get 30% of the company.
All right.
You get Poda and Drivers and Boss Owners Association, then get, I think, 20%.
Okay.
Then you get Keke, then get, I think, 5%. You get, they all get, then with some private
How much percent government get there? Government involved?
No.
Okay. So purely the left hand then
We listen.
Okay.
Government just list the buses, because going forward, not to
So the government pay for them buses here on a World Bank?
Yes. Well, now government of Sierra Leone get the project.
Okay.
It's supported by the World Bank.
Who
right?
paid for it?
Sierra Leone, government of Sierra Leone.
Okay.
The money now government of Sierra Leone.
Okay, all right.
Yes, now World Bank support we, but it's given to the government.
Okay.
So it's not a World Bank project. It's
All
a
right.
government of Sierra Leone project.
Good.
So we pay for them, and then we dey lease them now to the private company.
Okay.
So that RTC know they run. First, we also get what we call government buses. These are not government buses. We buy them, but we lease them to the private sector. The private sector, they operate them as any commercial company for let them make profit, but also for let them give efficient service delivery.
Okay.
Let government focus on the regulation of buses.
But again, we get buses them also before them buses, I believe, say, na government control. Who that go they control them now? For example, like them buses, they go up lower, they come on a bus halls. Few they will be left, and then one.
Fine. So the regulate this same SLPTA now. There is a company where they be set for intercity services, just like the city services.
All right.
So all the remnant buses, the way they plus new buses, then where even the SLPTA go, they still engage banks with the private company for support them. Then go come just like we will get. If now say we get 50 buses for intercity, then they go to that company. Where SLPTA they sign contract, they get the same payment system, cashless, blah blah blah. Get their own timetable, get their own destination. So you they go Bo, you they go Keneman, and this depot you they left. All that now in the SLPTA they focus on now. So they set a new company for carry on with the intercity service, just like we don't do for the city service.
All right. So then for the 7 buses here, what they talk about. So you mentioned about intercity service, and I understand it's from now it's from Lumley.
This is city service. Intercity now from here to Bo or Kenema.
Okay.
City.
Okay. This one now from Lumley to Calabar. I beg your pardon. Lumley to inside town.
Yes.
Bus halls.
Yes.
Then from bus halls to Calabar town. It will get for extend more than this, than different areas there.
That is clearly the target, because the original plan of the project actually was from Jue and number 2. So because of the limited buses where we get, we will cover that span. So the phase 1, they start from Lumley, as you rightly said, to CBD, and then they turn and come back, and then you get from Calbatown to CBD and then turn go back. Now, as we increase the fleet, we they extend them to Jue and to number 2. But in that, not today at the top. Though this is not a pilot for us to see all the problems, all the challenges, fix them, public begin to see the benefit of a reformed service like this, we want for extending different parts of Freetown. So we might open another 15 to 20 routes just within Freetown.
All right.
For able to get the same services. Here.
Okay. So now you mentioned about reform. I mean, what are the reforms minus giving it to then different people that we don't call? I mean, bus owners or transport owners, keke, as the case may be. What are the other reforms there?
Number 1, now that we they get an organized, predicted service. That means bus they know they wait na Lumley or Calbatown pass them flop before they move. Then they move by time. So 6 o'clock in the morning, we they start with services, very disciplined service. You bus the first bus they go out from 6 for dinner in first bus stop. They get like a minute where they wait. Without they emit they car inside, organized one, a lock in door. You know they open the door until they go to the next bus stop. That is the first reform. The second reform is that we put the ticketing out of the bus. You know they go to apprentice for pay for go to the bus.
Cash.
Off bus. So we start with tickets, But then tickets, even there, why you they buy them at the bus stop first before you go board the bus. Yes.
Okay.
The next stage where they go within in March, where they begin install the machine them, where they use card. So that card, the way you see you get them, where they sell I think 20 leons for one-off buy. Then you go they load them now every day. You go you load them 10 million, you load 50,000 a day. But anytime we go, you tap on the machine, you go. That is the permanent solution going forward. The machines have been manufactured and then they ship them to Freetown.
So for now, it's the manual way. In other words,
for now, the card way get a QR code.
Okay.
Yes. But
buying at the bus stop.
Yes.
Or the bus halt, you enter the bus.
Before you enter, but you know they go pay money to driver.
Okay.
So that is a second reform.
You left your tickets or you still the other way they come?
No, the ticket long, so it gets a perforated line. So
one the left.
Yes.
You get the other
because
one.
What you want for do, first of all, we get for check whether they don't come for the revenue, but also we get for the check the barcodes them way for no say it's not being counterfeit.
Duplicate and all that kind of stuff.
So then things that they go on. Other reform will they bring come now for also get the validators them. So if you wait in a line before the bus they come, somebody gets in phone, they just they validate your QR code so that you will not go waste time. Will not so that way the bus can just the board and the bus in go. Because we get time with the bus for the another bus.
So another time because that's very important.
It's between 45 seconds to a minute.
Okay, 1 minute. You're not short, so.
It's long
in the African context.
No, well, of course, we go use common sense, DJ base. I mean, if you meet, say, 20 people and then queue, you know, go say, well, me 1 minute long car, then we say, let go. No, you go allow everybody for go in. But these are exceptional cases. Standard-wise, where you can meet now bus stops, then now 30 seconds. Because as you reach it, if now 5 people, then they are the bus in the more they open, you enter. That process they do and within 30 seconds.
Okay.
To 45 seconds. But 1 minute is enough. But if you need for wait 2 minutes for get everybody in, of course, so be it. Because you will get like Lumley, we can get crowd, or Aberdeen Road, or Vine Memorial, or Shell, now the East, or even Calbaton, or St. John. Them place then, they, of course, it go wait. But the point where we also try for do is, there will, when the bus in flop, definitely, if you don't did it, then it flop, in get for move. We want for tell passengers then say, just wait. Another 10 minutes. So this not another reform. Because currently, what we get now salon, poda then the dinner normally pass it flop.
You're right.
Not only flop, we they choke with it.
You're right.
I don't take poda for go Newton. Yeah, I be they go do something where me mutuka get problem. I jump that poda. That's what I've been sitting.
Correct.
And I know how I feel.
Of course.
And in fact, then they give me more zeal for put more attention to what I be they do with bringing them boss here. Because I didn't feel that's a dignity for we people.
You can get cramp steps sometimes.
Exactly.
You know?
I not feel
and for accident back safe,
it's
you're not able to maneuver.
Yes. So I don't feel say people of Freetown and Sierra Leone deserve that. We deserve better. And that is the reform we try for bring. So you asked me what are the reforms. The third one is that this is the comfortable bus. These buses come with charging ports. We get provision for Wi-Fi in the buses. And we also get cameras, particularly for we gender and female. Let us not harass anybody on board these buses. Remember, these buses are running till 10 o'clock at night. You know, you can get some Christmas, so don't come out drink. You see one lady, you want to begin harassing because now 9:30 na net, the bus not too full, blah, blah, blah. Camera, they will go pick you up for that, and we go deal with that strongly. So these are other reforms. The third, the fifth reform will bring, now the drivers are trained and then they work like me and you 8 hours. After 8 hours, then they change shift. You get other drivers. Because one of the causes for accidents as well, fatigue. People then they drive all day in one and they lost concentration. We know they allow that now the bus and they get paid, they are in uniform, and they get all the NACIT and other benefits them. This is not another reform. The sixth reform, now the aspect of paying attention to the repair of the buses. We know they run the buses and just get fake spare parts, when one of the problems for public transport in Sierra Leone, fake spares. We they engage with the manufacturer, store these spares, and enforce. That's why the regulator, you get for enforce the bus company, say, time don't reach for repair them bus here. We not just the left hand at the hand of Metro company. If they're not doing, we fine them, and it's a strong term in the contract that if they don't maintain the buses, we they pull the contract now you hand. So we get the regulator, we pay attention to this, because the regulator said in your money dependent on how them buses they run.
Of course.
So we not a joke with that. So these are some of the reforms. On the hard side, we don't align 7 intersections from Lumley cluster to Aberdeen Road to Moritong to Congo Cross to Ferry Junction. We don't do that. We don't install traffic signals then at the 7 intersections, so that then go allow the buses therefore organize the regional intersection and don't they jam up there.
Okay.
You know, traffic signal, they organize how they exit and enter intersections as well. So that don't be done, but we also put street lights them along the side that we intervene for, of course, safety of women at night where they board the buses as well.
Okay.
So these are some of the reforms. I will go into the institutions and all, but that not bore you too much.
Yeah, now you mentioned two things about some of these reforms, like the 6th we talk about, I mean, intercessions. Maybe I don't know if I include the one, but this is just common sense. How we, the people themselves, can be part of this reform. In other words, how for report some of them drivers here? How for report bad things already happen? How for report something, palaver, arguments? Because of course, in the UK and other side, you can just call the police or you meet the police at the next intercession. So how the public self can be part of this reform, in other words, for complaining things away bad. Maybe you see somebody to have a check the chair. Maybe you see somebody to make goodness at the boss. How the public self can help in that side?
Very intelligent question. And as this reform they come upon we and we they implement, we also they learn on the way. So one of the things we set from the initiator of the projects, then they look at now how we public sensitization and how we engage the public for get feedback.
Okay.
So what we don't do to date, we don't get social medias, then Facebook, we get X, will be known as Twitter.
Yeah.
We get their handles, then but the address not they off me head now.
Okay.
We communication specialists get it. But we get 9090. That day on AfriCell and Orange.
Okay.
Where you can reach out to
toll free?
It's toll free.
All right.
That is toll free, 9090.
Okay.
So you can reach out and send any information where we the process.
Okay.
But we also they conclude the setup of what we call the monitoring and customer service center. We get for them with the Sierra Leone Public Transport Authority.
Okay.
Then go get young ladies, young men, we go they inside the
monitor
24/7 they answer call from 6 to 10
Okay.
for how the buses they operate. But also in addition, we they put all their numbers there on the buses.
Okay.
So that the public can see them. Maybe you're not even there inside, but you there outside, you see the driver, they drive recklessly.
Yeah.
You can just call and give them boss a number. We get forget the boss, they're all numbers. Then you can report her and we can use them feedback then they.
Okay.
So that is one way we they want let the public able for interact. But in addition, we don't engage talking drum studios.
Okay.
Then they don't begin community sensitization. Then go na community centers then. Then they do skits, then they go na the intersections there, explain how people and for waiting and also able for get people then for giving them feedback as to waiting at the initial experience with the buses.
All right. So again, another issue we talk about the fourth reform, we talk about charging ports and all that kind of stuff. Tell about the facilities also with it. Is it AC? I mean, AC Dede, and one thing I'll be asking about disabled friendly. Before now, we don't dare say, well, if you go to other part of the world, like the UK and other side them, even African countries, then gets the ramp or the commercial, the wheelchair person will come in. How disabled friendly them boss have been meaning, of course, you don't travel, we then get inside, we nobody know for sit down there. I mean, old people, combra them, and physically challenged people, special needs people.
Yes, so very good question. Let's start with the more challenging one, when at the disabled ramps.
Yeah.
Now, when we designed the initial specification of the buses, we wanted the ramp to get a button where they shoot off from the bus, come out. But we engineers then test we roads, we caps them in very irregular Sierra Leone. Yes.
Okay.
You can never able for easily do that in Sierra Leone. Because some part then they say even the footpath no they for let the wheelchairs buses you don't ride car. So we say, okay, that's not practical. So waiting else we go do, waiting we decide for do because we still need for make provision for them, we did what we call the manual ramps.
Okay.
So these are ones where they physically say, so if the driver see a disabled person at a bus stop, the driver they come out for use the manual ramp.
You know get conductor?
Well, initially we they bring conductors, but what we they try for do, remember I said this is a reform.
Yeah.
We want to reach the point where the passenger and the drivers go engage without a conductor. So the bus, civilized one, you can't go inside your bus, you sit
But in other parts, like the UK and other side, the passenger and the bus not interact. By that I mean, you can swipe a card, you just go inside. The man, they say, no more.
But they not get conductor.
Not they say.
Yeah,
Not they say.
So this is the point that they make. So the driver don't brake, but you can ask driver question.
Okay.
I don't use bus.
Yeah.
So you can ask a question, you can,
Yes,
and
if
then
you doubt.
get in public address system, they can address one at the bus, and which this bus gets.
Okay.
Right? But because we they start, and this is a reform and a novelty to we now first then is who they do this, we they get conductors then first.
All right.
Maybe for the next 3
For
months.
direct people.
Yes, maybe 3 to 6 months.
Okay.
So that people get used to it, settled. Then we know, say, okay, passengers themselves don't know waiting for do. They know, say, now you go queue, you come, you don't need for talk to person, when the bus open, go to the front door, tap, you take, go sit down. After that point, we know, say, we don't need, because conductor not there for collect money.
Yeah.
Because remember, you are buying your ticket off bus.
So the ticket and the driver, they give them too before you enter the bus?
Yes, for now, not the conductor.
Okay.
Because what we want for now as well, as I say, it's new. Let driver focus on in driving.
Okay.
For now.
Yeah.
These buses are
Then the conductor
long
take care of tickets?
Tickets, yes.
Right.
For now, in the cut the ticket, you get the bag where they drop them, where sealed.
No money?
Yes, no money.
No.
You know they pay money in a bus. If anybody asks, and they say this to the public, if anybody asks you for pay money to an them bus, then they take the bus in number, take the driver, let we know, we go sack them on the spot.
Okay, then it good because now the corruption they start.
Exactly.
I mean, mankind side this now, you know. So what for be watchman for who safe?
For we safe. And
right.
that happened yesterday.
Okay.
For instance, by Bure Road, where the bus stop, you know, the back door, na for let you exit.
Exactly.
Some man be one coming, and the very passenger they say, no, to where you they enter.
Right.
And I was very pleased with that because there can be no better monitor than the customer where they onboard the bus.
Going forward, why would I not try to do like a video would demonstrate all them things so people also social media?
Why be they wait for you now and animation have been they watch?
Okay.
Where you not only they tell you how they board the buses, but how the traffic lights they operate.
Okay.
Where red lights can't wait for do this.
Exactly.
That. So we don't push out a lot. But as you are a communications person, like a media person, it's never enough. So man, all these people don't do innocent.
Of course.
So that's why we go even to communities now through Talking Drum Studios.
And it's a new thing to say.
And it's a new thing to us.
You know, because
they learn every day.
Yeah.
Like yesterday, I've learned a lot of things where if I been know them 2 weeks ago, I could have made a different decision.
Okay.
So we are learning.
All right. Again, one issue where a lot of people they complain about, majority and drivers now, the routes them. How na come about for getting route 10? How na think about all the vehicles that apply their route 10? Because to me, maybe this for flow a month before now. Because one thing I've been always talk about sometimes I'm sure for let people use the road correctly. In other words, this self governed with the SLPTA other than the G license. Because to me, a professional where they drive for able to communicate with the road. What I mean by that? All them marks here on the roads is like communication, which some drivers don't know. And I don't find out, say, the laybys them, people they use there as permanent parkings. For example, you get Lincoln, we meet up the hill area, you get Lincoln, they come down by hill cuts. People don't use for team up just by the steep of the curve, than just going further, we get the lay-by. So me think, say, maybe this morning at the car, take transport, people just to line from one point, almost 50 meters, whilst people will just team up now outside the lay-by day, where maybe vehicle will just come park out of the road, so other vehicles go get. So how would I come about for strategize this so that people go no say that this suit them for use, people go by the lay-by and all that kind of stuff?
Thank you. Now, let's peel off the layers because there were multiple questions there. Let's go to the first one, how we choose the corridor.
Yeah.
When we designed the project, we looked at one of the busiest corridors in Freetown for pilot days.
Yeah.
And we did test runs in different parts, I mean, even up Wilberforce, this. And when we initial data, the trunk backbone road was by Bure Road,
Wilkinson
then Wilkinson Road, not the west. And so that give we an indication that if we pilot here, we most likely will get them right in most other parts of the city. So that's how we came to that conclusion.
Okay.
The second aspect of what happens to the laybys and everything, it's a powerful question. For address that, the Ministry of Transport come up, again, this is another key reform, we come up with policies.
Okay.
Where the Minister of Transport take to cabinet, where cabinet don't approve. Then policies here, among others, get what we call loading and unloading times. Because we look at key aspects the way they delay the movement of people and vehicles on the road. So one of which now that we say loading and unloading therefore be after 10 o'clock and between 10 p.m. and 5 o'clock morning.
Okay.
Now, everything what you did do, you got to look context and apply common sense.
Okay.
There are smaller vehicles we go need for deliver some stuff during the day. There are provisions will be made for that. Even on Sani Abacha, there is a lay-by just after the how they call them, the tower. You say wider area where we don't provision for smaller vehicles.
Okay.
But wait till we don't go allow now that you get cement truck come with container, come pack them, block all man, nothing not the flow. That not go happen past after 10 o'clock.
Okay.
You get the whole of 10.
After 10 in the morning?
Yeah, no, 10 at night.
Okay.
10 at night.
Okay.
Because the buses are running.
Okay, during the daytime.
The 10 buses are running 6 o'clock in the morning to 10 o'clock at night.
Okay.
But in between, we get what we call peak and off-peak time. I will come to that explanation.
All right.
But I just want to deal with the loading and unloading as one of the policy instruments where we put in
Especially
place.
at Abacha Street.
Abacha, and along the corridor.
Yeah.
Because when you look along even...
Wilberforce Street.
And we are working on that now. We're not on perfect time yet. And I tell the public, this might take us... Let me say this for put this in context. England don't take over 150 on rails. On buses, like 100 years. Singapore is like 40-something years. How they call South Korea. South Korea, if I went I go there, they show me the history of how they get people they jump through the window. Okay. Like we open up it in black and white film. They show me until to where they are today. Okay. It has taken decades.
All right.
We are just taking the first step. I mean, they talk to somebody, say, we just born the baby. That baby, they go cry 2 o'clock in the morning. But all man are also not, they go slap the pikin because they make noise. They try for bio until he grow, till he reach a point. This is the reform. We just started a step yesterday. It's just a days old in the implementation. So we are working on it, and that is one of what we are picking on. I'll give you an example. We don't engage something like life care na Wilkinson Road. If you pass na Wilkinson Road, you say life care, they take one whole lane.
Correct.
We don't engage Basha, then they stop the
restaurant,
Freetown supermarket, then they use the road first, then customer for park there.
Correct.
But we not go come bash everybody. These are also people the way they do important businesses for the communities. So we are engaging them, giving them the time. For now, the bus go bypass and they go. But we they give them time, say, Freetown supermarket, you get this time, fix you back of your building for let your customer then go park, create an entrance, they will then go inside your supermarket. But the road is for public. Now taxpayer money, you not go use them for your car park. The same thing for the cement na Ferry Junction after Upgone. You see, say now they the truck, then they park, then take one lane traffic, they take go now Eastern Police. We they engage, but it might take us time because the context where we they in, we get for allow the businessman for doing business, give time for let it readjust, for allow the road space for be open to the public.
Correct. Again, I mean, I ask say if una no get going further, taking some of these things to schools and explain to kids, because then go take the message more to other people. Even, I mean, the traffic lights also. I find out, say, although you get 1 or 2 people where they go on now schools them, but a lot of people would apply the streets. Riders, drivers, not maybe traffic lights. No. We now been small with the car and since then, we unbog like the lights and I mean Christchurch and other places. Yes. So to some people it's new. Not only when they see on a film, but practically they don't be part of it. Because like you mentioned, it's just a start, but you go even observe, say, Black Hollywood and other places, where the lights say stop, by go come pass, like they know. So why you guys don't take this to the schools so that even at the schools and for devotion, maybe one of them go and say, okay, now bus service don't come, some of them things are basic. Well, then self go ahead for pass the information.
Very good idea. And we just not limit to schools. But as I tell you, we get a whole contract with Talking Drum Studios, where they last week for 6 months plus.
All right.
So one of the deliverables on them is that they will visit the schools.
Okay.
We go visit universities. We go get also target audience like the Keke Drivers Association. They're all. So we get target
bike riders also.
Bike riders, Keke, Puda, everybody we they meet. But they also they go town halls. Go into town halls and explain this. So that is our target audience, and school is part of it.
How far when I don't go for educate people about their ramp stuff here? Because you go find out, say, a lot of people now they use their ramp here. Either maybe they're not fixing at the right side, and one other problem we go talk about disabled friendly, their ramps are not disabled friendly.
Which
the crossovers.
Oh, you mean the footbridges?
Yes.
Okay. Well, let's start with Wilberforce. In Wilberforce, we get what we call at-grid cross na the road. Okay. So it get small gates there.
But some side and we open. We
no,
go just
we don't close them now Wilberforce.
Okay.
So now be one of the place we open. We be left open because we know saying a gate we put there for disabled person because the bridge you not go able to claim them.
Exactly.
Now, I don't do many parts from Turkey. I go Guinea. I go look their own waiting happen neighbor to we, but outside. Many parts then the footbridge is not get lift. Okay. It's just like that.
All right.
Right? So it's not unheard of. But what we do, because we also get for bring practical solutions then now we place. You get for look at the energy, you get for look at the expense for maintain a footbridge with a lift. So now I make all the side of put footbridge, we create pedestrian cross for possibly on wheelchair. For able for let it cross, let it get priority for cross. So the footbridge, yes, if you are on wheelchair, you not go able claim them because it's steps.
All right. Yeah. Well, can't get a break, but before that again, you mentioned earlier on about spare parts, brake parts and all that kind of stuff. But one thing we may ask whether on get it's like a breakdown vehicles in case them both get problem on the highway, how they go be quickly, recover and cargo whether the dumping, the depot.
Okay, so SLRSA, they support we a lot with the tow trucks, with the mobile repair vehicles, but also the projects, I said, they procure, the procurement process they own. We procure tow trucks there of different sizes, and then we don't procure motorbikes where they apply the routes. So then tow trucks here go there for if the bus get problem, they go remove them. But also if other person motor car get problem and it block the road, then tow trucks here, they remove them. As we talk, so SLRSA don't deploy one tow truck for the east corridor, one tow truck for the west. Just in case a breakdown happen, we remove it from the road so that the traffic will happen. The other thing we will bring and we work with the SLRSA for now them, you and me no say many times, today say I see two. Person tire just come on in ball, join just come on, and they left the car. They
stationary vehicle.
Now they become the garage. Yeah. That gets for stop. So, but
even without triangle sometimes.
Yes.
Some go put gas on the road, end up for even left and back.
Yes, the oil, all the oil.
Exactly.
But I say everything we get for graduate and for go along with people.
Okay.
So this get for camp, but you not go put a law way alternative, no they for let us do anything about it. When the tow trucks they don't come again, SLRSA go work with a private company where the roll go be for they ply the routes. So when they don't, they then go get numbers because one of the service of a tow truck not for just punitive action, but for support as well breakdowns. So then can get the numbers, you call them, then can remove your vehicle, can go for you in a garage. But you know they use the street as garage.
Exactly.
When we put that structure in place, then the policy go kick in. So we will give you time if you break down because at the day we break down, you don't get nothing for do about them. 30 minutes, depending on.
I think a good if done they can quit because in other parts you don't even pay for that service day.
Well, of course.
You call them, then can they pull the vehicle.
Why be they London? I join AA. So anytime I get breakdown, I call them. So they even give me motor car, then take me on go.
Exactly.
Okay, we go reach there. But for now, wait till one beginning and for say you don't broke down, Lord will remove you first na the road.
Okay.
Can you go inside your own garage there?
All right.
So you can pay for that service as well.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. And we brother Hindolo Shaka, Director, Minister of Transport and Aviation. Families at the hot seat and well, I believe say my brother the seats go hard because see the sweat a little bit. Well anyway, it's good. We appreciate where people can kind of we educate the public about it because this is very important. And one thing I like we talk is like now a new baby, but they had a lot of hustle and tussle. But we'll get a break. We colleagues and we go out there and this them and find out. We'll watch this video quick. We'll come back. Stay tuned.
The public transport operator, Metro Transport Company Limited, in its starting operations, has given a 3-day free test drive. Tamba Rodney Kaimachende, the general manager of Metro Transport Company Limited, speaks more on this.
Today being the 30th, the 31st, and the 1st, is a test, so much that people will have a feel of it, and then they will be able to adduce, the disadvantages and advantages as we apply for this just 3 days. So much that, like I said earlier, we want to perfect our operations. Once these challenges come up, we'll go back to the drawing board and fix them right, making sure the general public are being satisfied because, the concept of this is to move people en masse. Yeah, so much that, you can leave your private vehicle and board the buses to whatever point you want to go to.
Now 10 Leones. and the vendor them, then the boss holds them. We are not by fake ticket.
Those are the words from the drive of one of the 50 buses, the newly introduced Waka Fine buses here in Freetown. They're starting operations today. Today marks the commencement of the free test drive, 3 days. Full operations and management will start on the 2nd of February 2024. And from the driver himself, we've heard how the buses would operate along the East Corridor and the West Corridor. The West Corridor, which would start from bus station to Lumley, and the East Corridor would be operations from bus station to Calabar Town. However, we will find out from citizens who have already onboarded the bus how they feel on this drive.
Yeah, much improvement because people have been suffering for transportation, especially when coming to work in the morning. Sometimes you have to take two-way transport or three-way transport. For example, if you want to come from Lumley in the morning to come to the central town, you either wait for the local commercial vehicles, which is Poda, or if you come with the keke, you have to pay about 15,000. Or sometimes they will drop you to Aberdeen Road and you have to look for another transport from Aberdeen Road to St. John, then St. John to PZ. So this can make this. It has bring some ease movements for people.
My concern is that at least the first government the bus at this country, government has so many buses. My big concern is that the maintenance of this bus there. Because we passenger we can do and go. But the driver in the left, driver in at the audit, anything go on at the bus again for the report for this bus will last long. The driver get big goal for place for us this bus.
Waiting more na problem now. Now the transport, the money, like from, they say, to I, the driver say, tell you, and I tell you, and say, any way they cannot I tell you. Sometimes maybe sometimes a student, then they load another person, they will not able to get her. Sometimes some man na halfway they can't pay the same tell you. So now that day, now been the concerns down this.
We've been on board one of the 50 buses as today marks the commencement of the 3-day free test drive. And of course, we've spoken to different citizens to know what they feel or what they think about the buses. Elizabeth Momo, AYV News, Freetown.
All right, welcome back. That now be we colleague Elizabeth Momo. They don't get the opportunity for ride the bus. We don't get the opportunity. Interestingly, yesterday I did inside one taxi 9. I go home by helicopter 9. The mommy they say, okay, keke. He said today in the kind of tongue purposely for able to ride them bus here. But again, we don't see which is good, like you say, it says step. But one of the things that we also observe, why they don't repair the bus halts now what's that street or what is Johnson Street? Because they come up with no that place they have been decent place, the place left so it open. Why they don't repair this so people get that comfort for sit down and relax? And before now, no, I see the bus they all parking at the street. We be no see them buses and maybe they go pass around and just come park by the name of either the town or whatever or the destination.
Okay. The city service in destination not being target the bus stations.
Okay.
Bus station have been for intercity service.
All right.
So the city service, we get depot, we get the terminal in Lumley, and we get the depot in Blackwell Road.
Okay.
So then termination, then rest stop, not to center.
Okay.
So the center now where you they just turn. Now you make we get designated streets. So like when you come on at the west, you can't Shaka Stephen, you don't come to, you don't pass Cotton Tree, can't Shaka Stephen Street, you turn left into Gloucester Street by post office. You go right down, do a right into Wallace Johnson Street, then come up Rodin Street, and then because bus stops then they did.
Yeah.
So the driver just they come, he empty, pick. Though after every other 2-3 buses, you get one way destined for Connaught. So in go do a left, go that Connaught. And they in they go and go up Percival Street and in turn back.
All right.
We can do it because one cater for people that we might sick, they want kind of Connaught now hospital. But generally, then they turn right, go turn Rodin Street, come up Shaka Stephen Street, turn back and continue. When the driver reach now Lumley, then go get 5-minute rest, but a one for go easy, safe and all. Now the Lumley end you they do most. Of course, we are human beings, emergencies can come in with biological makeup. We can make provision and make toilets, then they na the how they call an bus station.
Okay.
But it's not meant for let the bus go there for let customer they go sit down there. The customer they for then at the bus stop because now they pick you a turn back and go.
I don't see the organization. Sometime I don't know if you know the late Gascony Davis way.
Yes.
They did there and make sure everybody there in line down. They will see this one go. The organization they in different stuff.
The Minister of Transport and Aviation be there right now bus station day. Today, as I said, the service was better than yesterday based on the feedback that they get from individuals. We're not ashamed for tell me true. Then tell me their experience.
Yeah.
But also with the SLPTA, now they own role down there.
Exactly.
Then now the staff. And now the staff in LA. We just did an interview panel just a few days ago.
For recruit people.
For recruit the team where they support the executive director and the deputy executive director are in place. But then they need them technical staff. So we don't get three where they join them, where they continue for recruit.
Okay.
So like I said, over the next 1 month, beaucoup things could only steady. But let the public bear, let we just know say no more them boss here come for stay and we want to improve the service.
Okay, another thing again, overloading. How much, premium we are putting on because we know the capacity and how much people will take. We know say in overseas, if they sit down flop some mango team up.
Yes.
So we not the capacity for say after the 40, for example, na 40 seat day,
yes.
Now only 10 you go add down, you add past down there or whatever.
30, so now 70.
Okay.
70 is and that capacity they will do them for comfort as well. You can choke and even to 90 if you want, but this is not what we want to go back to.
Okay.
So the busing capacity is 70.
So then again with the maintenance also, the weight
exactly,
and all that
the
kind
weight,
of stuff.
exactly.
Yeah.
So that's 70. So sitting is 40, as you rightly said. They will get 30. We're comfortable bus in suspensions, very comfortable. Like I say, in capacity, it take much more than that. Right? But because now public transport bus we run up and down, we dropped it to 70 so that we go and maintain the buses them for able for run. And the bus come with what we call a laser counter on both of the doors.
Okay.
Anybody where they come in and come out the bus they count you.
Okay.
Yes, so down the day. But as I tell you, say we they start with monitors, then say they physically fill a form for no more say this, so that when the bus don't reach 70, they go tell the driver apart from the counter say we don't reach with capacity. If possible, they cannot at the next bus stop, then the bus not will stop there.
Okay. One thing I see very good, like the display of the places for people that will learn. But again, it goes back to physically challenge people. But again, the mic day.
Yes.
But in London, of course, the driver they announce any stop or adjust the display they see.
Well, the training where we give them, they're supposed to announce in addition to the written training, like you rightly said, not to all man they read.
Yeah.
Right.
You even get mumu there.
So man might exactly. Part of the disability, not to just wheelchair.
Exactly.
It can be somebody who don't deaf and
hearing,
dumb. Yes, we
blind.
get the blind. So with the driver, they make you get the public address system, like you see now the film. The driver they continue for announcing we next stop now. Bottom Mango.
Exactly.
We next stop now Vine Memorial. We next stop now this. This now my last stop at the terminate now the terminal. So you need to talk to the passenger consistently.
You're right. Okay, family, if you listen and make sure so when you board them bus here, then see how they happen. The driver for they communicate to you and when I put in the mechanism there for dustbin for dirty somebody not just litter in the beats.
Very good questions. I would say no when we enter the buses. And
going forward, those who I plan to do.
We don't bring that up to the operators of the buses so that they will get bins them at different parts of the bus. Possible putting orange or banana leaf or all that as well for how you for communicate. And also let the public know say where you want stop, there are buttons on the rail. You just press as you press
and enough of the play button, because that's another thing. Enough of the play button. If for be for a purpose,
because anytime you press you don't allow the driver to stop.
Exactly.
And if you not be mean then you go waste other people in time.
Of course.
So let we not play with them. But
maybe penalty they also, because in other parts like the UK, it's penalty they right for you when they go against their rules. So for example, press the stop or not of a stop, go outside, a disabled person, So then this dirty stuff, let there be a penalty for this.
They ask the right question. So with the development we call regulations.
Yeah.
Though the Parliament don't give SLPTA the power they act, but certain things and
they for
to regulate.
Yeah.
So like I said, all the staff there, we don't recruit illegal. So we begin work on regulations, and these are some of the regulations. Like these are designated disabled and senior citizen area. If you go sit down there and a disabled come and you refuse for commodity,
Exactly.
waiting go be the driver.
Exactly.
If you go and begin insult the driver, or you begin just be rude at the
Reverse,
bus,
yeah.
waiting will be so
Exactly.
and then thing and they get for be displayed at the buses.
You're right.
And again for the part of we law.
Okay, one social media post where we also see now, waiting this bus supposed for carry, because I hear somebody they say in one video yesterday, when they take load though, let someone, you know, like again, big load in bag, casada, waiting this bus supposed for take?
It's a very good question. Even within we own team.
So now give a very for consultancy.
We had a debate.
Yeah.
Now, let's say I did travel.
Yeah.
Right? I want to go out of the country. I get 2 suitcases. I did travel.
Like they're expressed in the UK,
Yes.
you know.
Should I not come on the board the bus because I get 2 big suitcases? I should.
Yeah.
But then the flip side is, well, me save my money now, I get for go sell the market, I get me raw fish. The water all the drip.
Exactly.
How should we manage that?
You're right.
So we try for get a midway point, where that simply if now a normal, it difficult for define them, but we all go use reasonable sense, say,
This for the
normal luggages with the person, if now going to go travel for go board a plane, again in 2 suitcases, why not?
Yeah, exactly.
If you get for the go school, you get in backpack, a whole one other waiting, why not? But if you now trade, you they go trade.
You per mine,
you per mine, you
Yes.
this, you
Yes.
that. In as much as you get a right to this bus, there are also other people who get a right to this bus.
Exactly.
So waiting we don't plan, we dey engage Traders Council. We want for dedicate 1 or 2 bus every morning as the first run.
That's
For
good.
other than we get market, we get this, we get that. You come on board.
That's good.
So that in go whilst other buses they take people in. In not they even stop na bus stop, in they go straight to our destination.
Yes, society go
we dey
float.
give that special service day, and of course it will be negotiated because normally they say keep pay for the load.
Okay.
So we go negotiate that, but that not fine tune it as I say. It's still under discussion.
All right. Now, the good part of it is the free, but who pays the cost?
Very good question. We will plan the project.
Because
we
millions of leons.
We plan the
PLN.
cost in the project.
Okay.
Because we wanted the Sierra Leone people for this is their buses. That money will come. Now President Bio go talk for them, but not for him people. I get the privilege and honor for coordinate this project. It's a transformative one. We plan and from day one say we will pay the cost for the fuel and everything that involves for run them for these 3 days. From these 3 days now, we begin sell tickets. We they get the revenue day, and of course the metro company don't sell shares that them company they say don't raise their working capital. We then go continue for replenish the fuel and continue for run the buses.
Okay.
And then they get paid out of the revenue of the tickets they will sell.
Why is this bus then they run? What think will be the role of the police in case problems they happen, like in the case of UK and other side with their rudeness, and they be, in some cases, you need the police for coming.
Yep.
For example, let's say, fetch one come inside the arguments. I mean, how
just yesterday, we want to thank the IG. They don't really support we. Yesterday, the director of traffic BD we meeting. Today, we they get at 5 o'clock, we they get a debrief as well.
Yeah.
So what will happen is all the drivers then go be given a number for the nearest police stations and their routes, so that we go get for call if we get for calling a police. So the drivers are trained. If there is an incident where we're serious enough, it's supposed to pull over,
Okay.
and not continue the journey, so that they go park and call the police, so that they go remove whatever they happen.
Exactly.
Then they do for either an effect, on a course, on a plaba, on a abuse on the driver, on a even God forbid fire. So again for able pull over and get the extinguishers going. That training they give the drivers them. As well, we get a control center where they in a bus station. In they see all the bus system.
Okay.
Now it make part of enroll now for also able for the driver able communicate with the control center, say, are they get an incident, I make you say another move for, because they will ask you if you don't take more than 1 to 2 minutes, now the bus stop, you know, they move, we they ask. So then the safe day. But in the interim, based on incidents them we might come up, we also get an option for put plain clothes
people for monitor
armed guards them. Now because no one puts uniform police they look like you know,
guard them.
Yes, a guard. Yeah. But we go do that eventually. That not happen now, but we go do that. Then finally, we get patrol officers them on bikes. We buy 30 motorbikes for patrol the corridor, the east and the west. So then they go up and down. So in addition to the driver making a call, they can call the patrol for able for coming initially before even a policeman come on board.
All right, that's very good because in some some other parts like the UK and inside train, they could just get supervisor could just break this for can check for that and get tickets. And I get us system day.
So they do random checks.
Okay.
Particularly when would they use tickets? Because the one when a card, then they as you tap them, if you get money, it turn green. If you not get it ready, they turn. The driver will tell you for step out.
When would they expect down the card that tap?
Then they begin install them from the 1st of March. It might take a whole month for install and test.
Okay.
So now I make the ticket they run from now up to probably end of March into April.
Okay.
Then we go begin the phase. But ticket not they go out by the way. We just go downgrade them. Because when we get the machines them, we encourage people then for use the card for tap. So ticket, if you want to buy ticket, the price might be slightly higher than if you top up your card. But waiting the happen is the reason why we maintain tickets now that sometimes DJ base you know the free to you they can you just can't weekend. I mean in all fear on you for so long go buy the card because you get for spend for buy the card and then you use them over and over again. You go just buy your ticket and just hop on the bus, one off use and you go so you they go.
Okay.
Yeah, so tickets will always be there.
I don't know, maybe that system we go can later where somebody can buy through in phone and then
Oh yes, the cards.
Yeah.
You can able load because the card it tell you get your EDSA meter card. Again number.
All right.
Permanent number. So you use that number they put in at the MNO. So you go able go say you're gonna star that you use either AfriCell money or Orange money and top up your card. But then the vendors then get machine. So you can, if you know able to use there, you can go now the bus stations then. Bus stops them, sorry. Then they take your card and tap and they load them for you. So now you any amount you want, then they load them. Because you get for the user for tap. So man go one load and say, me I want for the 1 month not the buy. A load them IK load, then they go. Just like how they do for top up. Make you say, I want for the buy meter every month so that we know how much are they consume.
So one other issue where people they raise, like the UK now, like if not the card, maybe you go put it in the context of the ticket. If not the card now, I can swipe now this bus, can down and jump into another bus swipe. In this tickets wise, how they happen in Sierra Leone?
So because this corridor are just one, it they happen now. But what you call now, what we call the integrated system. The project in the integrated and resilience public. Remember, say as we they build on we expertise, we get forget cable car where they come. The city council they work with that together with the Ministry of Transport. We are working together. We get for reach a point where so we go also get water taxi where you go take boat from Laka, tell you they come use the water for na government work.
Yeah.
We get for go into the prayer we go get train.
Okay.
Right. Like I tell you now, so Singapore don't do now, so waiting they do. You they integrate the customer in no care. In get one card, in they go all of them public transport here and use them. We they integrate the system. The back room we go deal with them. But the customer go swipe here, and we go know which one a train, which one a bus, which one a water taxi, or which one a this bus route where they go through Hill Court Road, they go Jomo Kenyatta Road, as opposed to the one where they pass now Wilkinson Road. Because it might be different companies the way they operate them. But if now buses, what we they do, like London, all the buses then will be green, white, and blue. It doesn't matter which company they operate them. For the customer, now the same buses. But we know the company, we get this, we get that. That we they go towards that, the technology is working towards that, the ticket management system who don't employ, the mindset now that provision then gets like the system.
All right. Then bosses get 10 them for rest, or then they work 24 hours around the clock non-stop, the 6 to 10 p.m.
So now 6 to 10 then they run.
Yeah. What about Sundays?
Sundays then they run the same 6 to 10, but the times apart are longer.
Okay.
Yes.
What's that mean?
So every 10 minutes in peak time.
It go increase because of
on Sundays now every 30 minutes you go
because you know say about people in the move and that kind of stuff. So now we know say during term the way holidays or events and can date and can chatter. Are these buses for those purposes or a different?
No, they are not for hire.
Okay.
These are purely dedicated for the public for use.
All right.
Nobody know they hire them specially. Now the Metro Transport Company, now a business then they do.
Yeah.
They might go in China, India, Germany for bring other type of buses as part of their fleet. We then go they do hire services.
Okay.
Fantastic. But then why are we designed for the road for public transport? They know they use them for hire.
All right. But they can round up in a short while. But before that, again, one of the issues where somebody raised, and I think a lot of people they raise now, the 10,000. A lot of people say, well, government at least, well, maybe the overstanding, you go able to explain to them and say, government for making cheaper for them because not 10,000 at that stage, then already maybe you go able to explain why the 10,000 and some of who be the things say maybe if it's breakdown, but again, then they get for do the stop also. Because if it was like from Lumley to Congo Cross for the next stop, maybe you go say 3,000 from Congo Cross to St. John, 3,000. St. John to Inside Town, in other words, 9,000 or 10,000 as the case maybe, but you explain that's why the 10,000.
Good. Now, every reform we they introduce, I think start with the lowest denominator. Get people used to it as you escalate. Like we just talked about integrated system, we will not get ahead.
Yeah.
But let a system in begin first. That's now one. Now, when you see the first interview where you play for we here, the man say, for go from Lumley to CBD, you go Kana, Kandong, Aberdeen Road, and halfway. You go hear people and they say, oh, now 5 millions for Komot Aberdeen. We experience not of that. When we test the system, it was more than 10 millions from Calbatown to CBD. So when we, and this now one, so they get direct service from Lumley right inside CBD.
That's a good side of it. So me with the 10,000.
Fine. So at the come why 10,000? Well, they get direct service as well from there to Calbatown.
When I saw it for B.
Yes, when I saw it for B. But that now one aspect. The second aspect, I want for the Fambuleno. When you bring reform and service where they improve your experience, we get for be prepared for pay the reasonable minimal money for sustain that. Number two, now investment we they try for do. You they try for attract private people then for can bring better service to the system. My brother, private people are not to charity then they run. They look at the bottom line. They get for make profit business sense for let possible invest 50.
Of course.
And as they talk to you, a company they import 50 buses too.
Okay.
5 of the buses they don't come, but then smaller than we own them.
Okay.
Then
the same project. Is it the same project?
Yeah, the one come implement the same way they do.
Okay.
So then they work with the SLPTA.
All right.
Now, also, remember, say we know the wait till the bus flop. The bus they move every 10 minutes.
Time is of essence.
Time is of an essence. Moving you, no wait stay the wait now for 30 minutes. Imagine rainy season. It's not dry season. Imagine rainy season. So we they move with empty seats.
The comfort also.
The comfort. Well, you as they say when they bring you as consultant, the comfort is big. And DJ Base, when we interview people at the start of the design of the project, we rank what's important to them. We say reliability, safety, comfort, price. I don't remember the other 2 stuff. But I remember them 4 years because when the result came in, I was shocked. Price was number 4. We will rank them.
The other good side is the charging of mobile phones.
Yes. So passengers wanted reliability. That means they want for no say, each time I can street, I sure say I go get the bus. They also say, well, when I get the bus, I want for no say I'll be safe. Then the third thing is that, but it's comfortable. It's not hot, they're not cramped. Me, like I tell you, my own experience is safe. Then also thereafter, then they say price can matter to them. But that they were prepared to pay. If now reliability, quote unquote, they make, people they pay 15,000 for keke or Okada, even though they for them broke their foot. For people are still paying. You know why? Because as you cancel, you see keke.
Alternative.
So if we replicate that on the buses, people go left them one and they for use the buses. But when we don't do all of that, DJ Base, the price was more than 10. For let we make the profit one. We reduced it to break even so that we go maintain the buses. That's why it came to 10 million.
And again, I mean, say what you made. To me, it's good on few sides a while look. One, the time, because time na money.
Exactly.
2, you know so where you go to meet that boss. 3, you keep, if things go well, you dey buy the tickets you didn't use.
Yes.
You just go no more, you bought the bus.
Bought the bus.
And again, another thing where I don't know if you go install, which is also good that when you didn't have the bus halls, you go know when the next bus to come.
Then the day at the bus display, as I tell you, say the monitoring center, it's been installed. The contractor
At the bus halls.
The bus stop there. You know, so we get flag posts them, but we get bus sheds there. On them bus sheds, then there is an information display panel where they tell you when the next bus they come.
You know.
And they did it. But we did also develop an app.
Yes.
Where you can put
because in other parts, now your phone, you listen and use.
You know.
Almost o'clock this bus to reach Congo Cross.
Yes.
You go So these are all the good things about the price once these things are working effectively.
Exactly.
Also the charging, license it now. Man not charging phone. Again, USB, you see don't say they reach, you don't even communicate.
And Wi-Fi will come on.
But that's good because
the manufacturer make the provision in front, but of course a local to you country. So now we get a router from Africell.
Because in other countries like Rwanda and other countries, you also have this facility, which is also good.
Because we want to let people then get access to internet for inform themselves.
Yeah.
Not just about the buses.
Then it also get able help for informing people about what's going to happen. Yeah. For example, if somebody not get credit, you can use the Wi-Fi and say this bus get problem so and so and so. You know? Yeah. So I think that's good. The only pathway, maybe not because of the more sensitization to people know the good side of it. Because when we've been there inside the KK side, the people ask, DJ, tell me about it. I say, Mama, I don't know. I said, but I know say the good part of it is, you get Wi-Fi there, I beg your pardon, you get side for charge your phone, the comforts there, you know go choke, you get CCTV, and it's good when you move with that safety. Yeah. Because all the drivers and they would expect, say, them for be well trained, them for able to drive, and forgo the time which is of essence, when we think say very important. So with that, we'll just watch the video from last time we watched just now, for just revive people a little bit. This is the hot seat. Me and Mama Jalos to the DJ best. And today we get Hindolo Shaka, Director of Ministry of Transport and Aviation. We appreciate we at least we don't learn a lot from this, and we hope say people put this into practice so that, it takes time like how we brought us if we're able to adapt to this. But trust me, if this work, because the only thing they say again, now the other people we think say, then the benefits the feel upon this, meaning keke and bike rider then look say then go lose people because people need comfort. Number one, if bus day, me not go take keke, I'll go wait for the bus. If bus day, I not wait for bike, think about the safety and all that kind of stuff. So then they go on the other side because I've been inside a vehicle, but they don't push you all, not tongue, they don't drive this. I think what time people really use the road there and which routes so people go know.
Good one, if I know talk about this before we close.
Yeah.
The routes then, we get peak time where they start 6 in the morning to 9:30. During the peak time, from Lumley Police Station, so from Regent Road, the Juba Bridge, all man can use and take time you the other public transport, they go up Spur Road. But they turn inside Wilkinson Road. Yeah. So public transport, they turn into other public transport.
What about private transport?
Private vehicles and they use Wilkinson Road alongside the buses. Right? School bus, then they use.
I know not a private vehicles on a taxi on private. You understand what I mean?
Yes.
There are people who they use then private vehicles as taxi, but not a taxi number plate.
As long as not private.
Okay.
They use.
Okay.
Of course, emergencies, security, the presidents, the parliamentarians, blah blah blah. But we get the Wilkinson Road. So the outer lane, the buses they use, and the inner lane, all other people they use them.
And that's good.
All the way it goes.
I hope say people go know that, which is very good, because in other parts, you have a three-way.
Yeah.
2 for the vehicles, 1 for the bus.
Yes.
So this one are 2. Hope say drivers are going to say the middle now for them, the outer for be the bus.
Yes.
Because like how many.
And that now for, I need for make, and that now for 6
to 9, which
30,
is the peak.
9:30 and 4:30 to 8:30.
Okay.
In between that, we they use
both ways.
Free to use the,
okay.
Even free for use inside the bus day.
I think that's
good. Off peak time that one day, we they relax the road.
Okay.
Right, but peak times.
But I hope some people go know down there also because
we they push them out
anyway,
and
like you say,
this opportunity as well for la able say and we they continue for say and continue for put billboards them out.
Because if people know that, some people go another side for us after 9:30, then they can take the Wilkinson Road.
The alternative routes that day. So we they go back to the drawing board every day and look at how we will better the experience of customers.
All right, Famila Hindolo Shaka, Director, Minister of Transport and Aviation. We'll talk about the new buses, then the routes that they use, the policy, the reforms. We hope say people go adapt to this, and people need to, because if it work, it's for us. And make sure say you also be watchman, because as money, whatever, whether it's World Bank, whether our government go say for the World Bank, it's our money. If you pull, it pull for. We hope say no go pull. We will take the last video. Then when we come back, we'll travel around up. Stay tuned.
To allow citizens a first-hand experience of transport improvements, the public transport operator Metro Transport Company Limited, in its starting operations, has given a 3-day free test drive. Tamba Rodney Kaimachende, the General Manager of Metro Transport Company Limited, speaks more on this.
Today being the 30th, the 31st and the 1st, it's a test so much that people will have a feel of it, and then they will be able to use I mean, the disadvantages and advantages as we apply for this just 3 days. So much that, like I said earlier, we want to perfect our operations. Once these challenges come up, we'll go back to the drawing board and fix them right, making sure the general public are being satisfied, because, I mean, the concept of this is to move people en masse. Yeah, so much that, I mean,